What's going on, guys? How you guys doing today? Today, I'm actually going to be talking about a new movie that I actually just saw in the theater because the theater near my house finally opened up after what feels like 7 months after not being in a theater for so long. It felt great to be back there. There was there was only like five people in the theater, including because I saw this with my girlfriend, and we were very excited to see it. And we saw this in the IMAX theater, so we knew we had to get the best theater for this experience. So right now I'm going to be talking about Christopher Nolan's new film Tenet. Now, this movie stars John David Washington and Robert Pattinson, and John David Washington plays the protagonist. He doesn't even have a first name. That's what he's called, literally in the movie. And basically, he discovers that he is after this thing called the algorithm, and it's a device that can be used to manipulate time, and it's called time inversion, which is when you can make certain things or certain events play out backwards and make them go back forwards again. And that's really all I can say about the plot of this movie without spoiling it, because I know it's been out for a while and probably a lot of people have seen it already, but I still want to respect the people who have not seen it, so I'm actually going to keep it. I'm going to keep this review no spoilers because I respect you guys, and I really think you guys should experience this movie for yourself. Now, what are my thoughts on this movie? I think it's the best movie I've seen so far this year. It's definitely the best one I've seen so far this year. Don't get me wrong, I love Christopher Nolan. My favorite film by his is Memento. I think this is his second best movie in my opinion. Memento being my number one pick so far. And I actually will review that in a little bit, so you guys will actually be seeing a review for that movie. Um, I will say that John David Washington plays a really good protagonist in the movie. And if you guys watch Chris Stuckman's review of this movie, you would know that he says the characters are kind of emotionally distant, except for one of them. I could agree with that because you don't really care too much about the people, but yeah, you do want them to succeed in their mission. So I felt that Christopher Nolan, when he made this movie, he made it to where the characters are not lovable enough for you, but you will care about them enough to enjoy the film on its own. And I do love these characters, and I really thought that every single character in this movie worked, particularly Sator, the bad guy in this movie. I felt that he was really well done in the movie as well. I felt that his character was pretty evil, and I really kind of bought him as a bad guy. Uh, and as for the time inversion stuff, I felt that was really well done. This is like one of the most original movies I've ever seen because there's particular fight scenes and there's even a car chase in this movie, which you've already seen in the trailers, so that's not really a spoiler. Where you get someone who's fighting forwards, but another guy who's moving backwards. Like a guy does basically a flip, but it's over someone and it's backwards. And I felt that was really well done. That, oh my gosh, that's like one of the most original ideas you can ever come up with. And I think that Christopher Nolan handled it so well. Like that took a lot of practice, that took a lot of wits. And I gotta say that that is one reason why I love this movie. Like my jaw was dropping so much. There's even a war scene at the end where there's two tactical teams. One's red that's going forward. The blue team is going in reverse. So they're both trying to stop this algorithm or this artifact from being destroyed. Because if it gets destroyed, can't spoil it for you, so you'll know. And I felt the idea for the movie was very original. Another thing I do want to point out is that a lot of people do have a complaint about this movie. Particularly, some people do say that the sound and the music kind of overpower some of the dialogue in the movie. But after watching the movie, I will tell you guys that that was actually done on purpose. I do think that that was actually supposed to be done because there are certain things that characters do say in the movie very early on that if you had heard it or if you understood what they were saying, it kind of spoils the movie for you. And it's like, okay, if we had actually known that that's what that character said, the movie would have basically been spoiled for us, or it wouldn't have been much of a surprise. So I think that Christopher Nolan did that intentionally, which we know he did. So I do think that that's was supposed to happen. This is also one of the loudest movies I've ever seen. Sometimes there were times where the music was so loud I nearly covered my ears because it was so loud. But it's IMAX, so couldn't really do anything about it. And that's the best way you should see this movie. And I do think that the car chases in this movie are very well done. The action is very helmed really well. The idea is very original. I will tell you guys that I love this movie. I think it's the best movie I've seen so far this year. I don't want to spoil anything for you. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna. And I cannot wait to get this movie on DVD because I am so looking forward to getting it. This is my favorite film so far this year. The only real issue I do have with the film, though, it's a minor issue, and that's basically because of the sound. I do think the movie can be a bit loud at times, but it does amp up the suspense. It does amp up the exhilaration. But once you get past that, it can only be like a minor flaw, so that's why it's not major for me. It's only a small thing that I think that could have been done a little better. Like maybe they should have lowered just the sound a little bit because it did feel too loud. Like they weren't trying to just block out the people's voices. They were actually trying to block out like everything. But all in all, you guys, I think you guys do need to check out Tenet. I think it's Christopher Nolan's second best film in my opinion. Memento is my number one favorite, and I'll upload a video for you guys for that movie pretty soon. So guys, I'm gonna give Tenet an A. So guys, thank you so much as always for checking out this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.